Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot. There was a time when OPEC, and in particular, Saudi Arabia, controlled the world's oil supply and prices. But record production from the US has begun to challenge Saudi Arabia's and OPEC as they desperately cut their production to boost crude oil prices. In fact, repeated production from OPEC since last 2022 has actually been good for the US, with North American producers easily making up for the production cuts from the OPEC. Record US production and a bullish outlook for oil in 2024, coupled with impressive US economic growth, fears of recession receding, and lower inflation and interest rate could make a banner year for these top 5 high dividend yielding energy stocks. John, what are your top 5 high yield oil and gas picks for 2024?
Thanks, Mo. My first pick is a Torm PLC, which has a current dividend yield of 22.02%. Now, Torm PLC, which trades on the NASDAQ under symbol TRMD, is a leading pure play product tanker company with a fleet of around 85 vessels designed to be configured to move gasoline, naphtha, diesel, and jet fuel from refineries to their customers around the world. Now, thanks to a strong cash generation, Torm is able to provide shareholders with a reliable, high-yield variable dividend. In the third quarter of 2023, the company's board declared a payout of $1.46 per share. This works out to an annual distribution of $5.84 per share, for, again, a pretty frothy yield of 22.02%. Now, Torm only resumed paying a dividend in the back half of 2022, so it doesn't exactly have a long history of providing a dividend. That said, from a fundamental perspective, the distribution is safe, payout ratio of 86.54%.
And John, I see your next pick is San Juan Basin Royalty Trust, which has a current dividend yield of 21.6%.
Yeah, San Juan Basin Royalty Trust, which trades on the New York Stock Exchange under symbol SJT, is a royalty trust with a 75% net overriding royalty interest in the San Juan Basin of New Mexico. The subject interests are owned by Hillcorp San Juan LP. Now, virtually every penny that comes from the company's oil and gas leaseholds goes directly to unit holders as monthly dividends. And rising oil prices and strong demand should also help juice its monthly payout. As of this recording, San Juan Basin Royalty provides a strong, ultra-high yield dividend of $1.19 per unit for an inflation-crushing yield of 21.6%. Now, because the payout is tied to production and market prices, it will fluctuate. On the other hand, San Juan Basin has been reliable with its payouts, having paid a quarterly dividend since 2005.
What can you tell our viewers about your next income pick, Permianville Royalty Trust? And this trust has dividend yield of 18.2%.
The third high dividend yield oil and gas pick for 2024 is, as you said, Permianville Royalty Trust, trades on the New York Stock Exchange under symbol PVL. It's a Delaware statutory trust that owns rights to receive 80% of net profits from the sale of oil and gas production from conventional properties in Texas, Louisiana, and New Mexico. It also has unconventional assets in the Permian and Haynesville basins. The company is straight up about its monthly dividends and notes that the amount of its distribution will fluctuate depending on the actual production volumes, oil and gas prices, the amount of timing of capital expenditures, and the trust administrative expenses. Now, as a monthly dividend provider, Permianville releases its financial results every month. And as expected, again, it can fluctuate pretty wildly. In September 2023, it paid a monthly dividend of 3 cents per share and then 6 cents per share in October. And in November, it declared a special dividend of 0.77 cents per unit. Now, as you said, its annual distribution currently stands at 33 cents per unit for a pretty big yield of 18.2%.
The pick number 4 is Frontline Ltd with the current yield of 15.4%.
Yeah, Frontline Ltd trades on the New York Stock Exchange under symbol FRO. It's a shipping company that owns one of the largest and most modern fleets in the industry. It ships crude oil and oil products in the Arabia Gulf, the North Sea, West Africa, and the Caribbean. At the end of the second quarter, the company's fleet consisted of, 71 vessels. And then in the third quarter, Frontline announced plans to acquire a fleet of 24 vessels for a total purchase price of $2.35 billion. The transaction is expected to close in the fourth quarter of this year. It currently pays an annual dividend of $2.87 per share. for a current yield of 15.4%. The payout ratio is just 73.01%, meaning the distribution is more than safe and well below the 90% threshold we're willing to stomach.
I see that your last high yield energy pick for 2024 is Green Plains Partners LP with the current dividend yield of 14.40%.
Yeah, Green Plains Partners LP, traded under the NASDAQ under symbol GPP. It's a fee-based limited partnership formed by its parent, Green Plains Inc., and it provides ethanol and fuel storage, terminal transportation services in the U.S. Since going public in 2015, Green Plains has not skipped a dividend payout, though the payout has fluctuated. Before the pandemic, Green Plains Partners' quarterly distribution stood at 0.4750 per unit. During the 2020 health crisis, the company's board took the opportunity to reduce its cash distribution to just 12 cents per unit. Now, not great for dividend hogs, but on a corporate level, the reduction freed up $33.8 million of cash annually, which the company used to pay down its debt and strengthen its balance sheet. Again, not a bad move. But in November of 2021, it raised its distribution from 12 cents to 43.5 cents. And then it's held its quarterly distribution at 0.4550 per unit since November 2022. This works out to an annual payout of $1.82 per share for a yield of, as you said, 14.4%.
John, thank you so much. The outlook for oil and gas remains solid in 2024 amid strong demand and global inventories at their lowest level since 2017. Not all oil and gas companies are created equally. The industry will face headwinds. That's why it's important for income investors to look at specific companies, preferably those with a strong balance sheet and a history of paying reliable quarterly or monthly dividend. This can help dividend hogs weather any near-term volatility with the underlying share price. That's it for today, and make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com now to get our free special report on our top 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. In the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.